Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Janny. I'm doing this channel together, like you all know, with Dyanne. And today it's a very special video because it is called the Spring Around the World Hop. And of course we have a beautiful giveaway for you from $100 US. So if you want to hear more details, stay tuned. Let's jump into our first DIY. So in this DIY I'm going to try to make, you see here I saw this on Pinterest. And I'm going to try to make little rolling pins. And of course I was thinking so much, what can I use to make a rolling pin? I thought about clay. Maybe is that something I will try? I don't know. But first I'm going to try to use some paint rollers. So I'm going to mud pot this one to get it a really steady underground. And then I'm going to try to give it some little touches on both sides for some little knobs. So we're going to try if this will work out. This is just an experiment, so bear with me. It can go right and it can be a big fail. So let's try this. And first I'm going to mud pot it. So I'm going to take one out of it. They were very cheap. They were from the Action, and they were only, I think 5 of them, they were only, I thought 70 cents. So they are very cheap. But like you see, it is from a kind of foam, and I'm going to try to mud pot it and hoping that it will be given a little bit of a plastic coat so I can work with it. So we will see, but like I said, it is a little try. I'm just taking a little bit a big I take a lot of mud pots to give it a plastic coat, so we will see if this will work or not. Maybe I'm totally wrong and it doesn't do anything. And of course it will go also a little bit inside of the roller, but I'm hoping when it will dry up that it will get a little bit harder, so it will give a little bit of the plastic coat, and of course on the sides. But we will see if this will work or not, and or else we go to plan B. So we will see how it will turn out. Oh, English today is really a really a thing today, so bear with me. So I did both of them in the mud pot, and I tried even one in the glue, but it is a total total fail. It doesn't work. It still is a little bit harder, but it is it is still foam. So we have to work with it. So I'm going to try to make the little round. You see here, well, one side of the painter, the paint for you used for painting the walls. One side is of course a little bit more nice around, but here of course is a straight line, so I have to go and cut it out and to make it also a little rounder. So I'm going to try to make it around, and then I will be back with you. So you see, I tried a little bit to do my best to make it a little round, but it is not perfect because I should have done it with the mud pot, but this one is without the mud pot, and you see already it's a little bit brown because I also tried to sand it, but also that doesn't work. So this is really a try. I'm going to, so I did cut it with the scissor, and that is going the best, just to cut it a little bit. I thought that maybe sanding would help a little bit more, but it doesn't. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to paint both of them in the chalk paint. I think maybe the white color, maybe I will do it in the white. I will see, and then I show you how they both look like when I. So you see already I have two toilet paper rolls, and of course when I was younger they never had glue on top of the rolls, but in this time they do. So I had a lot of trouble getting the glue away from the last piece. And of course what I'm going to do, just cutting it open, this way, and I'm just going to glue this inside of it. So just do it this way and this over it, so you get a little bit of a harder piece to get your rolling pin. So, and I think already when you already thinking that the ends with it, it's already looking like a little miniature rolling pin. So I glued, of course, the inside of the toilet paper, and I just squeezed a little bit inside, and just to hold it for when it's drying, I just did an elastic band just on top of here, so I am sure that everything will stick together and just is going to dry up the way I want. So you see, I also made a third one, and this is with a piece of thicker cardboard. So I'm going to look if this will work also. We will see. I'm going to paint two of them right now, and I would do it in the white color, but I thought that is not probably not the right color for me, so I'm going to use the black color, and later on, of course, I will use the piece which is in paper. I will use for doing a print around it, and some ribbon and some twine. So, but I think for totally first I'm going to do it in the black color. And of course, you can do it in any color you like. You do whatever you think is right. I use the black color, but I understand if you like it a little bit better in another color. So what I'm going to do right now is just paint everything black. So you see here, my 3 rolling pins are drying right now, and of course I need the end pieces of my rolling pin, and I want to be them in the wood. And of course I thought, what can I use for the end pieces, because they can be too big, because else it's not a great sight to see. So I ordered these little scoops on AliExpress, but you see already they are too small for it to use in your kitchen, because they are mini. What I'm going to do right now, you see already the mark I made already when I'm going to saw this off, and then I have the great side of great measurement for using this at the end of my rolling. So you see already on my table they are in half. I saw them in 2 pieces, and you see it did go very easily, and I ordered new ones already online, but a little bit of the bigger scoops. I think you call it a scoop, I don't really know. Spoon, yeah, it's not really a spoon, but you know what I mean. You see already I have 2 of them, and I will use for the sides of my rolling pin. And you see, when I'm doing this, it already is starting to look like a rolling pin. I don't really know if I am going to do this side with some wax on it or not, but for now I leave them in this color. But you see already they are already started to look like mini rolling pins. So I'm going to glue them on top of all 3 of them. And already this one, it looks very strange. It looks like a cookie we have here in the Netherlands, but it will come okay. It will be all right. Don't worry. At the end, you will see it will look okay. So you see already I have the sides glued on, and already they look more and more like a rolling pin. At least a rolling pin you made out of some painted rollers, and you see already how easy it is just to make a little simple rolling pin just with some couple of easy items, because most of the time you have them laying around. And of course you can use some buttons for the sides, or a little piece of wood. It doesn't matter. You can find anything probably in your home to use for the sides. What I'm going to do right now, because we need a little decoration for on top of here, you can write, because this is schoolboard paint. You can write on it here. You can write it in the letters for the way done. I am going to go to my computer and make my own little signs. So I am going to take you along with me to my computer, and let's make a new signs. So here you see the prints I chose for. Of course I had one bonus, and that will be a little just for a little bit of inspiration for the 4th of July. how you can make something for in your own kitchen. I used the fresh cherries, lemon thyme, and of course I did them in the black and in the lemon print. So you see, I can choose whatever I like. So I will cut them out, a couple of them, and then we're going to look like which one is fitting more on my rolling pins. But you see how easy it is just to make your own signs for your rolling pin. So you see, I've got the most of them I've got out. What I'm going to choose for is this one and this one, because I did the letters a little bit more over here, so I can make with some twine. I can make a couple of turns and do a little bow on top of it. I think it makes a little bit more finished look for me. So, but you can choose whatever you want. You can use the cherries, and this is what I'm going to do with the bonus one, because I'm just did try something out if I like it or not. For everyone who loves the 4th of July, a lot of you are celebrating. I know it's far away yet, but it's in just a flash. It is already July. So you see, I did the little print on top of it. It is not really the look I was hoping for, because I'm always with my parts, the one time it goes okay, the next time it doesn't look okay, but for this it is okay. And of course it has to dry still, and I have to do a second coat on top of it. But first I'm going to do some twine. So I am going to do some twine at the end. So just take a little piece of twine, just wind it a couple of times over here, and also do it on this side, and then we are going to do a couple of times over here, just a couple of turns, and make a little bow on top of here. So this is how it's going to look like when you are finishing. So I did a couple of turns with some twine just over here and glue it together, a couple of turns on the sides, because I did my lettering also a little bit on the side. And I did a couple of turns over here, and I just made a little bow. So here you see the end result of my little mini rolling pins. You can also of course use in your little tier tray. I think I will use them in my tier tray, but for now I just made a little setup for you to see how you can use your little rolling pins, and they are made, like you saw, out of trash. So I just hope you just try to make one of your own. Of course you can also use some little round piece of wood, so make of course your own rolling pins and put some ends to it, and you already have your own rolling pins. But I am very happy how mine turned out. I use this one as a topper of my closure, so I really love how he is looking like. And I did a little bow and some little green pieces of a branch with my little rolling pins to finish it off. I think you see already I used the white and the yellow ribbon, and I turned it around and I used the one side the only yellow ribbon. Here you see the little black ribbon and the yellow and white ribbon, but I think it looks so nice, and you see how easy it is just to make a little display with them. And you can use for your rolling pins, you can use any picture you want, because just use what fitting in your decor. And I show you now in a moment, I show you still the finishing off of my third rolling pin, and it's a little bit of a surprise, but maybe you saw already a little peek how it can turn out. So I show you now that one. So, and here you see a little setup how you can use it for the 4th of July. And you see here my rolling pin, it was just a piece what was left over, so I did the best to try to make also a little rolling pin of it. But you see, this is just for the inspiration, just how you can use it for the 4th of July. And you see I did it in my kitchen, but of course you can use it anywhere. And with some pieces of print, which is also on the little rolling pin, I also made a little sign of my own. The little wooden boxes of the little wooden frames I just ordered also online, and they were 10 for 4 euros. It's similar like dollars, so they are 40 cents each, and they are so cheap. And you can make any picture inside of it. Of course I can change it every time, so you can use it, and they are fitting also in a tier tray. So if you like that, just order them online. So how easy it is just to make from painters you use for painting your walls, so just a roller for painting your walls. You also can make a little rolling pin. Of course, it's a little bit working with it because it's not so easy as I thought it would be, but an experiment is always great to do. So, but at the end, I think they both turned out so nice. I just hope you just get a little bit inspired just to make your own decor. So this was it for me, for my experiment for making some mini rolling pins for your tier tray or just in your decor. So this is a beautiful spring around the world hop with tons of beautiful inspiration for you. We are joined up with 7 other beautiful YouTube friends. Of course, I have in my description box above, I have a link for the next person in this great hop. You see here all the ladies who are joining us. And of course, click the link in my description box to go to the next person in the hop. And you watch that video, and after that video you click again in the description box for another link. Because if you want to join this beautiful giveaway from $100 US from PayPal, you have to comment on each and every beautiful creator who is joining us. So you have to hop on from the next to the next to the next. So you will have tons of beautiful inspiration for the spring season. So I hope everything is clear, and of course I have links down below for all the beautiful ladies. So let's jump into our second DIY.
These are the supplies which we need for today. I have an old towel. This is an old cutting board which I use, you know, as a base to craft. I have chalk paint. I'm going to use white one, but you can also use brown or grey, whatever you like. A brush. And of course, training cone. Or cones if you want to make 2. First, I want to cut off these edges here. Actually, I think I'm going to do that now, because first I thought, oh well, I'm going to let it stand and now it's more secure, but honestly to me it doesn't matter. I use a pair of scissors for this. It works. I tried it before on trees. Now it's time to cut off these edges. Go slowly, but it works. As you can see here, going to make them completely round, and now it goes a little bit faster because I have the right cutting angle. If it is really too heavy for you to cut, maybe then you can use a saw or leave them be and cover the cones of the edges of the cones up with greenery. That is totally up to you, but I think it is ugly and I want it to be removed. Bam, now it's on the floor. This is the cone. Still stands perfectly. Time to cut out the other one. The cones are ready to be painted. Put this one on the side. Oh, I hope that it isn't close too firmly. No, it is okay. And I'm going to just start painting the cones. I have to stir a little bit to make the paint ready. Just spread out the paint like that. I think I'm going to need a lot of layers to cover up that orange part, but we'll see how much I need. I think this is going to be a long DIY. If you want to do it quicker, then simply use paper with Mod Podge. That works fine as well. You can maybe make a feather print or whatever. Okay. Car outside, or feather print or whatever you like. You can also do hearts, or, well, actually use your creativity. But I was really curious how it was going to turn out with chalk paint. You can also use acrylic paint, of course. As I said, that is totally up to you. It is your DIY. It is what you want to do with it. We're just a source of inspiration. At least that's what we're trying to be. Janny and I do our best. If you wonder how I got this inspiration, I just went out on Pinterest, started orientating myself, and this DIY was really actually a thing that I wanted to make. Perfect for farmhouse. And hopefully it is doable in the part of difficulty. We'll have to see how that turns out. Don't know yet. Okay, the first cone is done on only the top. I'm going to make the head out of clay. That was what I forgot to mention on the first part of this video. You will also be needing clay. Now, put this one down. And time to start painting with the other cone. The cones are completely white now. They're not completely dry, so I'll leave them be. What I'm going to do, I have clay here, modeling clay. It is air drying clay, I believe. Yeah, air drying. This is gray, but I'm going to paint it white. I'm going to make the head of the chicken with this. This is what the clay looks like out of the package. I'm wearing gloves because my nails are a little bit long and I don't want any clay to come underneath. And I think that I can model the clay better this way. First let me break this thing in two so I know that I have exactly the same size. Okay, this is tougher than I thought it would be. This is almost even, like so. Okay. I have no idea how much clay I will need for this DIY. Or how large the heads of the chickens need to be. First I want to make a ball. Oh, this stuff is so smooth. Sorry, I didn't expect that to happen. First I want to make a ball. And yeah, that will be the heads. Then I will make the mouths and, you know, the comb on top. The mohawks. I don't know if you call it a mohawk, but in Dutch we have the same word for that upon the chicken's head. And I really want my clay to be smooth, so I think I will need to roll this for quite a time. This is what the head of the chicken looks like now. I'm going to paint everything white after I'm done with this, so yeah, well, the shape isn't completely round anymore, as you can see. To be honest, I don't mind. I knew that it was going to happen. But I'm really pleased with how the whole thing is upon the cone. Time to do this. The first beak is upon the chicken. It's this one. I threw away the gloves because that wasn't going to work. What I did, I wanted to just make a small cone, so I first make a sausage like this. This is the shape that I have right now. Time to gently press it. Hope you can see it. Not completely right. A little bit more like this is nice. Now I'm going to carefully compare to the other side. Carefully putting it upon its head. Next step is making the combs upon their heads. Hope this part of clay is enough. Wanted to make some sort of oval, you know, a taco shape. Okay, change of plans, I did it differently. I just made 3 separate bulbs and going to put them, you know, like this upon the head of the chicken. So you have 3 smaller figures creating the thing on its head. This is what a chicken looks like right now. It's starting to look more like a chicken now. Okay, they're attached to its head now. The camera is doing a terrific job today. Okay, you can see properly now. Now I need to, you know, make the pattern a little bit fluent. So I'll just take a small knife, press down some of the comb upon his head, and now just gently push it upon its head so you get a nice natural shape. For the last part, you know, the red things underneath the beak of the chicken, really, I don't know all those names in English. In Dutch I know, but in English I don't. Loud car passing by outside. I want actually to use almost the same technique as I used to make the thing upon its head. or actually more like making the beak. So I'm just making a cone now. Okay, I have 2 water drops right now. I want to put a larger one. I have a larger one and a smaller one. First I thought putting them like this, but I don't think that is secure enough, so I'm going to do it like this. So gently press. Oh, don't let it drop. And hopefully they stay attached now. See that they're a little bit too squarey now, so I'm going to push them a little bit more into a round shape. Like this. This is number 1. And here is number 2. Pretty cute, if you ask me. The next day, the clay here is dried overnight. Everything is solid and secure now. And now I'm going to paint the tips, you know, the clay part of the chickens in white same color. So I'll be using the same white paint. Can wants to open. And after that I'm going to paint the beak and, you know, the red parts. First I want to have a white base of the clay. This is how they look after 1 layer of paint. I think I need multiple layers. This one is freshly painted. This one here already dried up a little bit more. You can see this one is a little bit whiter than the one here in the background. But not everything is covered well into the chalk paint. So let it dry for I think an hour or so. And then I will apply new layers of paint. 2 layers of chalk paint and they're completely white now. I only wanted to paint some parts black, therefore I have this acrylic paint and a small flat brush. Now I look. Yeah, I think this is the right size. I also have some smaller ones, but I think this one's okay. If not, then I'm going to the storage room to pour myself another one. Always use a small plastic cup to put the paint in. Now we're ready to go. Actually, they became quite heavy because I used a lot of clay upon the heads of the chickens. I don't have black chalk painted head, to be honest, so that's why I'm using acrylic. This is why I use the flat brush, so it can get here between those gaps. And with a round brush that would be a little bit harder, but now it works fine. So everything will be covered in black paint. You can see it in the background, the first chicken is done with black. Actually, the black part upon his beak, I still don't know how that is being called in English, so if you know, just write it down in the comment section to help me out. That was actually the most hardest part for me to paint. This was quite easy because the shape is kind of flat, you know. So this is done now, also in between the curves. Okay, the black paint is completely dry and now it is time to finish those chickens off. I'm actually in doubt if I want to paint the beaks yellow. So first I want to put some ribbon around their necks. Or maybe just only a small bow. Let's make the bow, which is pretty simple. Just use your fingers like this. I'll try to zoom in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. 2 fingers. This part of the bow is where your that one needs to be attached to the roll. I'm going to make a single one. So now I take this one here underneath. Totally underneath. And now here where my thumb is, put it over And then through the hole here where my thumb is now. And of course it goes really well when you're doing it on camera. Now pull this string. And there you have it, your own cute bow. Now I'm going to cut it off. Let's see if the loops are evenly divided. If not, you can make them a little bit larger. So now they're the same. Now finish up the tails. Let me see how long do they need to be. Oh yeah, this is the perfect size actually. Okay. Take a quick cut. Oh, come on. This ribbon from AliExpress is really nice but also really slippery. Let me see. Needs to be cut over here. Oh, it's hanging around the scissors. Really, sometimes I really make the mistake of cutting the bow like that instead of this way. And then I feel so stupid because I do it so often, cutting bows. Okay, this is the back. This is where the knot is. And this is the front side. So my hot glue gun is heating up in the back. Now I want to put the bow around the chicken like this. I'm going to add some glue. And then use your... Oh, I'm doing it completely wrong. First gotta measure where the bow has to stop. Yeah, this is the right place. Ouch, this is hot. Just using the scissors to press. Now, watch your hands, Dyanne, while doing this. Okay, now pick the bow. Put the glue here at the back, at the knot part. And it is ready to put into the right place. I always use a pair of scissors. I don't have finger protectors here, or at least I haven't seen them in the Netherlands yet. Maybe at a special craft store, but not in our neighborhood, unfortunately. Okay, I think this one is done for now. At least the bow part is done. How cute is this? I'm going to make the other one now. Now they're both done, at least with the ribbon part. I also want to finish off the bottom line because you might see it on camera. This here, there is still some orange visible. Because I cut it with the scissor, it is rough. The surface is rough, so I want to do something about that. And I have some twine here, so I'm going to wrap it around. First, put a little bit of glue. I should put the light on because it's getting suddenly really dark. Put a little bit of glue on the end of the ribbon. Putting you aside. To be really careful that I'm not gluing the whole thing to the cutting board. Okay, just firmly press it for a few seconds until the glue is dry. I think it is now. Now I can just start wrapping around here and then put a dot of glue upon the rope if you want to secure the whole thing. Okay, I'm a few parts around and I want to put a dot of glue here at the back. Come on. Just a small one. I made a mistake actually while with starting in the beginning. on the front side of the chicken, but I needed to start on the back side because there is actually quite an ugly knot of glue, an ugly dot of glue on the front side. Well, I covered it up now with some extra glue. I'm going to cut it off like this. Nothing special about that. And now you have a really cute chicken. They are done. Look how cute they are together. 2 farmhouse chickens made out of cones and clay. I like this. To give a little bit more life to the chickens, I want to make eyes, so got to be really careful with my pencil. Is this? No, this isn't the right place. Yeah, this is. Okay. It isn't looking in a weird way. Just using permanent marker for this job. Now they both have eyes, just with permanent marker. So cute. First I thought painting its beak yellow, but I think I'll put twine around it. So I'm going to warm up my glue gun, start here underneath with a little dot of glue, then wrap around its beak. Hopefully with a large dot of glue it stays at the end. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, I hope you can see it properly. First I started with a dot of glue here underneath its head. Now really quickly press some twine underneath there. Yes, it worked. I let go and the nose is secured, so I'm going to cut it up really carefully now. Might be that I need another thick part of glue, but I don't hope so. Nope. Look, this is way much better than the white beak. Yes. Yes, the chicken thinks it's also better. Here is the second one. This shape of the beak was a little bit better than this one here, but I think they are both lovely. Here are the chickens. Look how cute they become. I love the bows around their necks. And a little bit of twine on the bottom to cover up the ugly edge. They're so cute together with their eyes. This is just a simple DIY made out of trash actually and a bit of clay. Love this farmhouse style.
So these were our 2 DIYs from Dyanne and me. I hope you enjoyed watching, and of course go check out our link in our description box for the next person in the hub. You will find there also tons of beautiful inspiration. Give everyone in this hub some love, and if you like their channels, go subscribe to them. And of course, if you like Dyanne and my content, I hope you will consider subscribing to our channel also. And like I said, if you want to join the giveaway, you have to comment on each and every one of us. So go to the next person in the hub. If you have the whole hub, you will be right back with Dyanne and me. So we wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe and take care of yourself and take care of each other. And we hope to see you in our next video. Love from Dyanne and me. Bye everyone.